before I tell the true origin story of our planet and these human beings, all right, it's up to you to believe this. But whether you believe or not, these are all facts I'm speaking of tonight. Okay. Once again, in this university, we do not support racism, sexism, narcissism, any of the above. So anything that I'm about to say before I get started, I am not being racist. I'm not trying to be politically correct either. I'm only stating the esoterical, the cosmic, quantum physical, biophysical, biochemical, chemical facts about human beings, the gods, and these extraterrestrial races. Because we're not gonna use the term alien. You get what I'm saying? See, we say alien and make a motherfucker think it's fake. You know what I'm saying? So today, I know y'all been waiting, so let's get right on to it. Let's go. Life is we know it. All right? That's what they taught us that life is, all right? Life is on Earth. Earth is one of the 9 planets. This is the only planet with life on it. That's what they teach us. This is the only planet with life on it. And all these little dots around you are just stars. Keep that in mind. Let's go. Next slide. Next slide, class. Now, life as it really is. I was showing you guys this map in my last lecture, and I didn't want to dive too deep because I know I had a lecture coming up on it. But guess what? This is all our continents. Here go America, Russia, all our continents. This first ice circle, Antarctica. There go the extra land masses around Antarctica that we don't know. No, we don't know about those guys. They've been kept from us. So we got 3 ice rings, as you can see, that has separated our original planet, our original realm called Atlantis. Okay? Let's keep going. We not gonna give away the story just yet. Let's keep going. Okay, so this is the human, keyword, human version of planet Kai, or Earth as they call it. All right? So this is what they taught us about the world around you. They say that your sun is in the middle, surrounded by 9 planets that are orbiting around on this elliptical invisible belt, and they call this the solar system. Okay? So we believe that we live here on Earth. All right? That's what we was taught in school. And then they taught us that the sun that we see every day is in the middle of the galaxy, 3,000 miles, 3,000 light years away to be exact, and that we have 8 other planets orbiting around the sun. All right? So they taught us that the globe was round and that it rotates 1,000 miles per hour and it spins on an axis around this sun. Okay? That's what we have been taught. This is what the humans taught us in high school about our history. Right? Keep in mind, people, we diving into their history before we get into ours first. All right? So let me flip it around again. This is what the humans say our solar system looks like. So this is why a lot of us right now don't believe that we are gods and goddesses, don't believe that there's life on other planets, because we believe we are here on Earth and the sun is 3,000 light years away. Even though you feel the heat on the back of your goddamn neck when you come outside your house, you still believe the sun 3,000 light years away. All right? And that it's 8 other planets outside of Earth. All right? And that we are the only planets in the other galaxies. We don't really know what planets are in those galaxies or if it's life on those planets. And that all these little dots are just stars. This is what we are taught about how our world is as human beings. Because we were also taught that there is no such thing as aliens. They do not exist. And that there's no such thing as gods and goddesses. That we, blacks, Latinos, Caucasians, Asians, Mexicans, Dravidians, all races, that we are all one race because we are all one species because they taught us that we are all human beings. Okay? So this is what we are taught, that we are all human beings and that God doesn't exist because God exists up in the sky in heaven. And that you can only meet him once you die. In order to meet him, you have to go through either Jesus or Muhammad or one of those people through religion and do good deeds. And then you'll pass on and you'll get to meet this magical God that's waiting for you with this land of milk and honey and pearly white gates. All right? That's what we are taught. And that the devil is under the ground, burning in a lake of fire. This is what we are taught. All right? We're remaining on this universal truth that we all believe right now, that we are all human beings. All right? We are all human beings. We are all here from Earth. There is no other life on other planets. Our sun is 3,000 light years away. We have one sun, one moon. We live, we die. This is the universal truth that we have been taught about life. Correct? Now let's keep going. Pay attention. Let's keep going, y'all. What are the 3 different ways that the human beings have told us the origin story of the world? What are the 3 different ways? They tell it to us, the scientists tell it to us, and they call it the Big Bang Theory. All right? That's one way of the origin story of how life came about. The second way they taught us in school about the origin story of how life came about, our entire planet and galaxy and us as beings, was through Darwin's evolution theory. Okay? That's the second version of the origin story that these human beings have taught us. All right? You already know who your human beings are. Your human beings are your Caucasians, your Asians, your Mexicans, your Dravidians, all right? And your Arabs. And today, we're going to connect their planet they came from. I'm going to talk about some of the other different species in the different star systems. I'm going to talk about the star system that we are from, which is the Sirius star system. Us, the God species, which is the blacks and Latinos, as we are labeled now on this planet that we created. Okay? The Big Bang Theory, which is that everything was just together and then exploded out of nowhere and all life was created. Or they taught you about Darwin's evolution theory, which is the monkey evolving to the Homo erectus. I'm going to be showing all this. Or they taught you the creation story of Genesis about, God spoke, and then, he said, let there be light, and then he separated the heavens above from the water below, and he placed the firmament in between them, and then he created Adam, and he snatched the rib from Adam and used that to make Eve. So let's be real. Most gods, blacks and Latinos, all right, human beings as well, the only creation story we know is either Darwin's evolution theory, the Big Bang, or the creation story in Genesis. All right, so now basically the Big Bang Theory, when they say this model describes how the universe expanded from an initial state of extremely high density and high temperature. All right, that's basically saying that it was nothing in the universe but density and heat. And then everything just expanded and caused this bang, and that's how all life began. Okay, this is what the Big Bang Theory is. Okay, this is what the Big Bang Theory is. Now this is one of their This is one of their theories of how all life began. The Big Bang Theory. All right. So we know what the Big Bang Theory is, and a lot of us never bought that bullshit anyway. Most of us fell more for the Genesis creation story or Darwin's evolution. Let's just be real. We was never really buying the Big Bang anyway. All right, so what's next? What is the evolution theory? And there's Charles Darwin. Note that he's a human being. He's the guy that created the evolution theory, and he's trying to tell your black ass about you and your planet. He's trying to tell your black Latino self, a.k.a. the carbonated beings, a.k.a. the gods and goddesses who created him, his species, about how all life began. A human being, all right? Pay attention to who they give this recognition to. That's Charles Darwin, and it's called the evolution theory. So basically, evolution is basically a big fancy word for them saying that when things change from one state to the next, that would be a form of evolution. Okay, but Darwin's evolution theory does not tell or explain how the planets came about. All right, that's what abiogenesis covers. This is why we're finna go into abiogenesis. Okay, I'm teaching y'all tonight. All right, like I always do. We in this together, baby. I am you, you are me. Peace reflection. Hey, beloved. Peace reflection. You are the most intelligent, most powerful being in the cosmos. Okay? All right, so Darwin's evolution theory, right? Darwin's evolution theory only covers how humans evolved. So in Darwin's evolution theory, they taught us that this is how we became human. We were all monkeys, and then we evolved. We went from monkeys to Homo sapiens to Neanderthals to Homo erectus and all this shit up to what we get today. This is Darwin's evolution theory, all right? So once again, people, Darwin's evolution theory only covers how human beings evolved. It does not cover how the planet came about, the sun, our star system, the galaxy, none of that. Okay? Abiogenesis explains how the origin of life. All right? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? I'll say it one more time. The Darwin's evolution theory only explains how humans came about. They say we all humans, regardless of race. They say all are human beings, and that we evolved from monkeys into these Neanderthals, and then into the human beings you see today. And then we was all in motherfucking Africa, And then it was a great